This is the Angry Reviewer, and today I'm going to be bringing you a review on the film Arena. This film, Arena, stars actor Kellen Lutz and actor Samuel L. Jackson. Let's cut the shit. Let's get this out of the way. Let's be honest with one another. Yes, I started out as a bad film reviewer, and then I started dabbling in just being the angry reviewer because I was noticing that my bad film reviews weren't taking off so well. And a lot of people just wanted to see me do more. They didn't really want to see me watch bad films. And I remember one of my first bad film reviews was on Kellen Lutz's The Legend of Hercules. Now, in all honesty, Kellen Lutz was okay in the Twilight films. He didn't really have to say much as Jasper. Just stand there and look stupid, which is what he's good at. Motherfucker's good at standing there and looking stupid. And that's real. That's real talk. He's good at standing there and looking stupid. So, honestly, you put the dude in that role, and he'll do just fine. Don't give him no words. Just have him stand there, look stupid, or stand there and fight. And that's it. And there you go. He's good. See, to be honest with you, in Arena, the saving grace of this film is Samuel L. Jackson. And that's real. If Sam Jackson was not in this film would be a turd on the stick. I'm just saying. If Sam Jackson was not in this film would be a turd on a stick. And I'm just being honest. I'm being generous though right there. But it's the fucking truth. This film would be a turd on the stick if it wasn't for Sam Jackson. Because Kellen Lutz as an actor cannot carry a film. Sorry to say, he cannot. Scott Adkins and Kellen Lutz couldn't even carry The Legend of Hercules. That film was so fucking bad. I mean, so fucking bad. The script was so fucking bad. Scott Adkins was really hamming it up, and it seemed like the dude was going to have a fucking seizure in The Legend of Hercules every time he was on screen. That's how bad he did. Kellen Lutz trying to talk in a film that already had a bad script made the film god awful and worse. Personally, I don't have a problem with Kellen Lutz. Like I said, if the dude just stands there, says nothing, and just fights, that's good enough. He's good enough for that type of role. Anything else, you give him dialogue or you have him doing anything else and you're in for a terrible piece of shit film. The saving grace of this film, as you can see, I am watching Arena, is Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson carries this movie on his shoulders. Kellen Lutz is fine in this film because he does exactly what I said he should do. Doesn't say much, and all he does is fight. He doesn't have... Sam Jackson mostly does the talking and has the one-liners, and he pulls them off. Kellen Lutz says a few things here and there. Nothing too much. And is just there as eye candy for the women, and just does a lot of fighting, which is fine. I can accept that. It's like Gerard Butler in Gamer. I'm a huge Gerard Butler fan. I really am. But Gamer was one of those films with the bad script, Gerard Butler really didn't have to say much. Him just doing the fighting, the shooting, and all this shit was good enough. And what I mean by good enough that it made the film a decent watch for the hour and something minutes that it was. That's what made the film Gamer decent enough. Gerard Butler doing the action stunts, and they were decent enough, so that made the film decent enough for an hour and something watch. The same goes for this film. As far as the fights go, the fights ain't nothing too spectacular. You really want great fights, watch Blood and Bone, or watch the Undisputed films. Hell, even Undisputed won, and that was just a pure boxing film with Wesley Snipes and Vin Rhames. Had better fight scenes than Arena, but Arena is good enough. The fights are surprisingly well choreographed. They're not very long, but they're not very short. They're somewhere, they meet each other somewhere in the middle. I mean, they're good enough for what they are. What do you expect for a Stage 6 film? It's not like you're gonna fucking go in there and expect a lot out of something that's made from Stage 6. I'm just saying. James Remire, and we all know him from Mortal Kombat Annihilation as Lord Raiden. We know him from Warriors as Ajax. Is good in his role too as the Executioner. He pulls it off. Him, Sam Jackson, and Kellen Lutz not really saying too fucking much make this film worthwhile. In all honesty, I will say this about this film. Even though the fight scenes are short, they're not that great, and there's way more shit you could be doing with your time than watching a film that has Kellen Lutz play a firefighter that just had his wife murdered, a la fucking Death Race, and having Kellen Lutz fight. If you really have nothing else and you really must see this film, just remember what I said in the beginning of this video, of this blog or video. Kellen Lutz, the only reason he's even good in this film, because he's not given a lot to say. And when he does say stuff, it's kept short and to a minimum. So yeah, he's good enough. Not great, good enough. And that's what I like. They keep it to a minimum. Lutz is not great. He's good enough. Sam Jackson carries this film. Sam Jackson, James Remire carry this film. And that's fine with me. I'm okay with that. And so should you. You don't want a film where you're going to have a Legend of Hercules all over again, where they tried to give Kellen Lutz and make him more than what he should be, and it fucking killed the film. You don't want to see a film where Scott Adkins is overacting. I mean, I'm just being real. You want to see a film like The Expendables where he fought Jason Statham and he really didn't say shit. You want a film like the Undisputed films where he just basically went out there as Boyka and whipped ass. You want a film like the Van Damme film, fucking Universal Soldier, Retribution, or something like that. I mean, you don't want an exact film like the last Universal Soldier film, because that fucking film will give you seizures. But you know, you get my point. The fights him and Andrei Arlovsky, fucking Scott Adkins and Andrei Arlovsky had in that film were fucking great. Same thing can be said for this film. The fight scenes in this film are average. They're not very long, but they're good enough when they happen. In all honesty, I only recommend that you watch this film like I'm doing now. It's late at night. You ain't got shit to watch. You're tired, but you're not sleepy. You want something just to pass the time. This will definitely do that. Just don't watch it for Lutz. Watch it for Jackson. Watch it for Ramir. If you gotta pay attention to Kellen Lutz, just remember in this film, he's not given much to say, so that's a plus. He's good at what he does when in this film when it happens. Basically, he's good at fighting. And that's all he should be used for. He shouldn't be used for nothing else. In all honesty, he really shouldn't. I say if you got the time and you got the patience, watch this film. You won't be disappointed if you watch this film as a filler film. But if you got something better to watch that instead of this. I mean, if you were to tell me, well, I missed this film. I missed the film Arena. I really didn't watch it. Well, then you didn't really miss out on nothing. Just picture Death Race without the cars. And without Vin Rhames. And put Samuel L. Jackson in the place of Vin Rhames. And there's your Arena film. In all honesty, I'd give this film a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 because they kept Kellen Lutz's acting short and to the point. They didn't give him very many lines, which is a plus. Samuel L. Jackson saved the film. James Ramirez saved the film. And the fight scenes, while they weren't very long and they weren't as good as anything you're going to see in Blood and Bone or Undisputed or The Expendables, and the list goes on and on and on. They were good enough for what they were. Even if they were short, you can find some enjoyment in that, in the fact that this is filmed more like a B action movie than anything else. With that being said, 5 out of 10. Watch it at your own risk. Watch it if you're really bored. And if you miss it, you ain't missing shit. If you happen to see it, well, leave your comments below and let me know what you think. Oh, and the chick is hot. She looks fucking good nude too, so that's another plus. I don't know her name for the life of me. But I'm the Angry Reviewer. I'm me or you. I'm out.